It's FYF Sports. It's Lamont L. I'm back again with just a quick reaction video. I just saw a video. I came across a video from TicketTv. In this video, the title of his video was "Breaking News: NBA agrees to demands of players who threaten to sit out for social justice." So again, with regards to me, and we've been going back and forth a lot about this, I've been real critical of Kyrie Irving and all of these players with regards to them actually having a legitimate plan and if they're going to make the NBA execute that plan. So again, as I always say, it looks like TicketTV is reporting that the NBA has a plan and that they've finalized the plan. So we're going to hear him out. We're going to hear what he has to say. And again, we're just going to look into it a little bit further from there. So let's go ahead and hear my man TicketTV out. Again, make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And again, if you come across anything that you want to talk about, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you like and comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to talk about. Or if you disagree with us, or if you disagree with TicketTV, just make sure you put it down there in the comments below, because we want your voice to be heard. But we're going to go ahead and start this video.
All right, y'all, we live. Smash a like, hit the subscribe. It is your boy Ticket. Shouts out to the whole LDBC, Lions Den Basketball community. Shout out to my brother A Weapons. Y'all know where he rap midlife music. Salute to him. Go to his Instagram at AWeapons357. Cop his music right from his Instagram. And don't y'all forget, support his campaign that he has going on with Pony. And as well, right there on his Instagram, you can also subscribe to his YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description box below this video. And salute to my brother LB, correspondent to the channel. Don't y'all forget to go subscribe to LB's channel as well. Salute to that brother and the whole rest of the LBC. Y'all go check out all my other brothers doing their thing. Now, let's talk about this, because I had some clown come harass me on my channel. I had to block your stupid ass, who, basically didn't know anything about anything. It's just big dumb motherfucker. But, you came harassing my channel, talking about, oh, Ticket, what's all these guys said they were going to sit out for social injustice if their demands.
Hey, he right. I mean, we saw this. I mean, according to TicketTV, LB, all these guys, man, there were a plethora of players who said they would sit out if their demands in regards to this social justice issue were not met. And again, when Lou Williams was interviewed, he spoke on some of those demands that I was critical of some of the stuff that he said was in the plan. Lou Williams stated that in the plan, the players were asking for Black Lives Matter patches on the jerseys, and then they were asking for social justice commercials to be played during the 3-minute timeout. Now, again, I felt we're at a point where the players can demand a little bit more than that from the NBA. So I didn't think that was those were meaningful things that could actually really affect change in our community. So I was critical from that aspect. But again, TicketTV said there was more to the plan than that. So again, I really want to hear him out, because I'm really curious to see or hear what some of these other things were. I think us as the public, we demand, and we should be able to hear what the plan is, because this plan is going to affect us. So I'm curious to see what this plan actually is. So let's go ahead and hear TicketTV out on this.
Weren't met. Well, look, you big dummy. According to the reports, as I told you last night, clown, the NBA has agreed with the NBA Players Association to the demands of the NBA players as far as social injustice is concerned. And in those demands, they had different things about promoting more, and not promoting, but starting more, giving more opportunities to blacks within NBA employment opportunities. NBA setting up outside entities in order to promote, black employment and economic growth.
See, I've been doing research on this, y'all, And a lot of these things that Ticket is saying, these are some of the things that I know Avery Bradley was talking about. But these were things that were not in the plan that Kyrie Irving had or that plan that Lou Williams talked about. I just haven't seen that. So, you know, what we always got to do here is, again, like I said, first thing we got to understand is TicketTV is known for the finesse game. So just to make sure he ain't finessing us on this one, we got to do some research. We got to do the research. I want to make sure I get a good understanding of this report myself. So live and direct right now, I'm going to pull the report up, and we're going to see what the report actually says about this plan, because I am still curious to know what are some of the specifics of this plan that they are asking for of the NBA. Because, again, if you're willing to tell these guys to sit out, if the NBA doesn't meet any certain demands, then you better have a good plan for that. So, got my phone here again. We're going to look it up real quick. It shouldn't be too hard to find. All right, Clutch Sports and Bleacher Report both have an article on this. Now, I'm going to read it verbatim. It says a meeting Tuesday between leaders of NBA and Players Union closed with an in-principle agreement that the goal of the season restart in Orlando, Florida will be to take collective action to combat systemic racism and promote social justice. Both sides announced in a joint news release. So again, in principle, they've both agreed that both sides will do things to combat social justice. Again, I've been just saying, what are these things that you're asking the NBA to do? Because the NBA is a billion dollar company here in the United States. They have a reach that a lot of these players don't have with regards to affecting some of the leaders in these cities to make changes to laws or communities that can affect us long term, that make these long term changes. Okay, so we got some more information here. It says, according to both the union and the league. Oh man, y'all, this is real disappointing, man. According to both the union and the league, no specific plan was finalized, but there was broad alignment about the direction and priorities of the efforts, especially with regards to supporting player activism and leadership. So, according to reports, no specific plan was finalized. It's just a broad plan saying that both sides would do things. Now, it says that at the meeting, there were discussions about increasing black representation among NBA teams, but there was no specific plan in place to do so. These are just discussions. And as I told y'all before, these discussions or talks can be finessed. All right, people can talk all day, but until they start doing it, until you put them in a situation where they're forced to do it, again, they haven't held the NBA accountable. They have not made the NBA do one thing specifically to where the players should be saying, we're coming back to play. At least from what they told us in the beginning. They said that they would not come back and play if the NBA did not meet these demands. So far, the NBA hasn't done anything but discuss these changes. They haven't actually implemented any changes. So I feel like the players let one slip by again. As the article continues, it says these talks are ongoing. So again, no specific plan was finalized, but there was just a broad agreement amongst both sides with regards to the direction that they would be headed in. So this so-called list that Kyrie Irving had, or some of these other players had, like Dwight Howard, some of these concerns, they still weren't addressed. This is just an agreement amongst two sides that they're going to work on social justice issues. And again, this is where I feel like you let the NBA off the hook, because again, the NBA is a billion-dollar conglomerate that has reach amongst these communities that these players can't match. The NBA can come into these communities and do things that some of these players can't. And I think with them, I think it started off kind of bad. You know, when Kyrie Irving didn't have a plan, they just said they wanted the NBA to do something with regards to social justice issues. And so because they came into this unprepared and they didn't have anything set in stone that they wanted to request from the NBA other than patches on the jerseys and 3-minute commercials during the timeouts. Because of that, the NBA was able to skate by. And again, as this report specifically says, there is no definitive plan. There are just ongoing talks. So it just looks like both sides are in agreement, but they're not making the NBA definitively do anything. Again, so once again, the NBA has found a way to finesse the players, and the players are kind of just leading many fans to believe that they're forcing the NBA to do things for this social justice cause. But from what I've seen, they haven't successfully done that yet. But it's good that they're in talks. So again, for all you guys out there, they are in talks. They're talking about it. Let's go. Good job, Kyrie. We're in discussions. Hopefully these discussions amount to something. But as it stands right now, and nothing impactful has been set in stone for the NBA to do. But let's finish hearing TicketTV out. Hopefully, you know, maybe he can admit to this. Maybe he can call out this plan for what it is. But we'll find out.
Within our community, and a plethora of other things that was stated in the article for, the causes of which these guys were basically, talking about. So you look like a clown. You know what I'm saying? So you can shut the hell up, you big dummy.
I'll take it. Hey, the guy, if Ticket blocked you, he has to unblock you now. He has to let you back on because you were right. According to this article right here, again, the NBA has no specific plan finalized. It's just broad alignment about the direction and priorities and efforts. That's all it is. There's nothing definitive set in stone. The NBA, once again, can finesse this out for months and months, years on end, saying that they want to go in a certain direction. But at the end of the day, the players did not make the NBA do anything that will affect any change. These are just all talks. And then as the article ends, it says the talks are ongoing. This is what both sides said. So there was no official agreement. Nothing was really accomplished. And then again, once again, we let the NBA finesse.
You can shut the hell up, because that is the reason why the NBA players who were threatening to sit out yesterday all was cool, because they all had a meeting and they agreed on what the plan was going to be if they agreed to restart the season. So now the NBA is dedicating the whole restart of the season to, rectifying and not only bringing awareness, but creating action. You know what I'm saying? With their actions towards and for those within the black community, you big dummy. So that fool that came on my channel yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake. Stop coming on my channel buck dancing. You're never going to think that you're smarter than me. You know you ain't smarter than me, right? You're not. You're just a walking shit stain. Come on here.
Hey, man. It's sad, man. It's sad that the players see, and this is why, I wonder why the CBA and all of these agreements with regards to finances always go in favor of the owners. These players do not know how to negotiate or take a true stand on anything. All right, this report clearly states that there's no definitive plan in place. It's just an agreement, a broad agreement. There's no timetable set. They don't have, if anything, I would have put some type of time constraint on this, saying we need to have something set in stone by such and such date. There is no time constraints on this. The NBA can linger. They can draw this on for months and months, years on end, and continue to say that this is something that they're working on. And again, nothing tangible has been accomplished with this plan. I'll repeat it again. It says, according to both the union and the league, no specific plan was finalized, but there was broad alignment about the direction and priorities and efforts. And what's so funny is we all know what the direction and priorities should be. You know, after watching George Floyd get killed, there's only one direction, and there's only one set of priorities, and that's just correcting some of these social injustices that affect our community here in the United States. That's easy to come to. So again, they've stated the easy part. And again, I think that we are letting the NBA off the hook, and we're letting these players off the hook because, again, Kyrie Irving was asking a lot of players, or Kyrie Irving was leading a coalition of players that were willing to sit out until the NBA was started doing more, and they allow the NBA to finesse them with a so-called plan, like right here. There is no plan, you guys. Again, these are only discussions, talking about certain things, but there's no tangible, real plan in place that forces the NBA to start doing anything. So again, I don't know what was accomplished here. Hopefully, maybe there's more to it that's not being reported. It's very unlikely because, again, the people want to know. And I think, again, this is just something where they're just putting something out there for the public because they know that it doesn't take much to satisfy fans. Fans just hear that they're working towards something in unison. That's enough for most fans. Again, for me, I need to see details. I need to know exactly what you're doing. I want to know exactly what you're going to be doing for the community. And from what I've seen, nothing tangible is being forced on the NBA for them to do in our communities, to start doing right now to enact change on these social injustices. Everything they're doing is just simply discussions. And again, that's just AKA meaning the NBA is finessing the players. All right.
You say dumb shit and you look stupid as fuck. At the end of the day, it be dudes like you and Lamont Lane. Y'all put y'all foot in y'all mouth every day. Lamont was in here talking about, JaVale McGee's asthma is a different type of asthma. Man, shut up, man. Sports-induced asthma. Man, I had somebody come in the comment section and cook Lamont last night who actually has that asthma and told me Lamont.
No, I'll take it. I have it. I have sports-induced asthma. So I know. See, these are things, I talk from experience, man. The only reason I know about sports-induced asthma, the only reason why I know what using a nebulizer machine is, bronchial inhalers and things of that nature, taking prednisone, steroids to strengthen your lungs. These are things I've taken myself. So I know, all right? So me having asthma, I know that just common colds or lung infections or mucus in your lungs, these things that are caused by the coronavirus don't affect people with sports-induced asthma because I have it myself. You cannot finesse, man. You can't finesse me. It's hard to finesse me, man. I just see through it, man. That's all.
I don't know what the hell he talking about. Period. You understand what I'm saying? So you look like a fool with the shit you saying, dog. You know what I'm saying? Lamont. Because it's actually people who got asthma and that type of asthma you was talking.
I have asthma. Oh, I should get my inhaler, man, if I can find it. I got my inhaler around here somewhere. I bring it with me every time I go to the gym and hoop. I should go get my inhaler, man. But I have asthma. Sports, they give you a special inhaler for people with sports-induced asthma. It's a red inhaler. Anybody who has asthma knows. You have the emergency inhaler, which is the blue one, but then you have the red one, which is the daily one that you take just daily, 2 puffs daily, because it's a steroid that strengthens your lungs. So when you get into those physical activities, your lungs don't tighten up on you. That's what sports-induced asthma is. See, you cannot finesse, man. See, the people in the chat, they just be talking, man. They'll go to Google and try to pull up some quick information. See, but I don't need to do that, man, because I actually have sports-induced asthma, so I know. So, y'all, JaVale McGee is going to be playing. He's not a high-risk person to COVID-19 because he has sports-induced asthma. Sports-induced asthma means it's only induced when you're playing sports. Now you have people with chronic asthma or bronchial asthma. All right, those are types of asthma that are triggered by allergens or just your environment or things such as viruses and colds and flus. That puts them in a higher risk category. Now, if you go get me a report saying that James Harden or JaVale McGee, they have this type of asthma, which they don't, then you would essentially be right. See, but the finesse in this is the terminology. By just throwing the word asthma out there to people who don't really know what asthma is, then they're just going to think everyone who has asthma is at high risk. There's different types of asthma. You cannot finesse Ticket TV. See, I'm not saying y'all wrong. I just like catching y'all out in the street when y'all try to finesse. So this is crazy because this just turned into one video. This was one video where we caught the finesse on the plan because we read the reports. That's the finesse. They finessed us because no plan has been made. There's no specific plan has been made. Nothing's been finalized. It's just broad alignment. And then with regards to the asthma issue with COVID-19, hey y'all, just do your own research on sports-induced asthma. Don't even believe me. Just go to Google and do your own research. Like with me having sports-induced asthma, that's why you have to take those prednisone tablets, because you have to find a way to make your lungs stronger. Now, if you have chronic asthma or chronic bronchitis, then you have to take something which is called an expectorant, something that pulls the mucus out of your lungs. All right, because there's nothing you can do to strengthen your lungs. Prednisone won't work for you if you got chronic asthma or chronic bronchitis. Ticket TV, man, you cannot finesse, man. That just be so funny, man. Hey, I'm sure he's gonna have something to say about it tonight in the chat. But everybody, please, man, just start doing your own research. All you gotta do is start reading these reports. All you gotta do is start reading these reports. And again, I'm not against Kyrie Irving. I just feel like he was finessing. You know, he said he put himself out there in the front of this and said that he was all about these social causes, but not one NBA player to date has said that they're sitting out the rest of this season because of social issues. Now, we've had, I think, 3 WNBA players specifically state that they're not playing because they feel like their platform could be used elsewhere as opposed to on the court to affect these social issues. We've had 3 WNBA players specifically come out and say that. We've had 0 NBA players come out and say anything of that nature. With Trevor Ariza, it's time with his kids. Davis Bertans, it's about health issues, not wanting to get hurt. He's about to sign another contract. All right, he's already been dealing with ACL injuries. All right, we have A.B. Bradley. He doesn't want to put his kids there. He said his kids have respiratory diseases or illnesses. He doesn't want to potentially bring that back to his kids and put his kids at an unnecessary risk. We still have not seen one player come forward and say that they're sitting out because they want to use their platform to affect social change and deal with these social injustices. Not one NBA player. Hey, so the guy that was blocked, man, you need to be emailing tickets saying you have to unblock me, man. You have to unblock me because I was right. They don't have a plan. And the crazy thing is the same report that was used to say that they had a plan specifically says that they don't have a plan. That's funny, man.
Talking about who said that you were lying, and they said you lied about the percentage. Talking about something like you brought 1%, they said it's supposed to be 5. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. He said the mortality rate for COVID-19.
But you lied about that too.
He said the mortality rate for COVID-19 is 5%. We don't want to take it from me. We're going to go straight to the facts here. We're going to pull up the numbers. Now, I'm sure different people are going to have different numbers. So we're just going to go to the most trusted research. That's the World Health Organization. Because, again, different people are going to have different numbers. So we're going to go mortality rate. Of COVID-19. That's the first thing that popped up. I didn't even have to pull it up. Oh, here's one that's even better. It's the CDC. They got a whole bunch of numbers. I don't see percentages here. Hold on. Let me find one with a percentage for us. All right, hold on. Oh, here it is right here. Mortality. I just saw it, and then I passed it. All right, y'all. About to read some more facts to you just so you don't get finessed, man. So I don't know who said 5%, man. I don't know where they got that number from. So it's based on death certificate data. The percentage of deaths attributed to pneumonia, influenza, or COVID-19 since October of 2019, 0.4%. So and they're combining. So they're combining all of them. So that they got COVID-19 classified in the same category with pneumonia and influenza for whatever reason. I don't know why, but this is the CDC. But they grouped them all together because they have, I'm assuming, similar symptoms. But the mortality rate for COVID-19 is 0.4%. 0.4% of people who get it die. And I think those numbers could be off because I feel like there are a lot of people out there who have COVID-19 and are asymptomatic. And because they're asymptomatic, they haven't been able to report it. So those people are could put if they did get reported, it could lower this 0.4 percentile. Because again, I feel like the numbers that are being reported are only based on the people who actually come into the hospital. Again, we see a lot of NBA players like Malcolm Brogdon who are not showing any symptoms. They're only getting tested because the NBA is forcing them to get tested. Had they not have gotten tested, they would not have known that they're asymptomatic. So there are a lot of people out there who are not even getting tested who may have it, and it's just not even affecting them. So again, it's just about not just like, we're not saying that COVID-19 is something serious. Anytime you have an infectious disease that spreads so easily, especially through the air, is definitely serious. Because one thing we know about virals is that virals can mutate into more serious virals. COVID-19 is another form, is a strand of the SARS virus. SARS was a bit more deadly, but again, all of these viruses are similar in nature. They mutate. When we come up with vaccines, viruses are smart enough to mutate and become resistant to some vaccines. That's why we have to always keep coming out with new vaccines. So Ticket, you gotta stop finessing, man. You can't finesse, man. So again, if y'all TicketTV fans, and I know this is not what y'all want to hear, but again, I'm just saying, don't rely on me. Go to the source. And again, so when you go to all these articles about the NBA's plan, there's nothing set in stone. When you go to these articles about people who have asthma and what sports-induced asthma actually is, all right, when you go to these articles and you get the numbers, the facts on COVID-19, the mortality rate, just go see for yourself, man. All right, we're going to keep it going, man.
But that's all gravy. I told y'all I was going to come back and cook their ass on this shit this morning. You ain't had to worry about me. I was going to double back, put my foot on their helmets. See what I'm saying? When they talk that bullshit, I come in and talk that real shit. You know what I mean? But I'm just telling y'all, they finally got a deal done. And this is going to be a big issue for the NBA. The NBA didn't have no choice because players were going to sit out. So the NBA, they had the meeting, and they came to a meeting of the minds on the issues that they wanted to address. So that's the reason why.
Hey, TicketTV, that's the finesse. See, he tried to sneak in what actually happened, without saying it, but the article specifically states what he just said. They just say it in plain English, though. The article quotes exactly what was told to them. And what was told to them is no specific plan was finalized. Broad alignment about the direction and priorities of the efforts has been come to. So again, that's not very hard to do. We all know the direction that the NBA should be going on this. Once we saw George Floyd get killed, the direction was clear. There's only one direction you can go, and if you're not going that direction, you're against us. That's what Stephen Jackson said. That's true. So that's the easy part. What specific things are y'all going to be doing? What specific things are you forcing the NBA to do other than putting patches on the jerseys and doing social justice commercials during timeouts? What tangible things is the NBA going to be doing with all that money and resources in our communities to start fixing these social justice issues? So far, they're just in discussions. Talks are ongoing. So the players have agreed to play while talks are ongoing. That doesn't sound like a definitive stance to me. Either you play because you want to use your platform, or you don't play because the NBA has not finalized anything tangible that can be completed or begin today or tomorrow. These are just talks. And just like what we said about laws and legislation, those things can get drawn on for years and years and years. And that's how the government finesses. And as we see, TicketTV is trying to finesse. It's crazy how I just know how to catch people in the finesse game. You cannot finesse a finesse. Oh man, we're gonna hear a little bit more what Ticket has to say. He's probably just gonna be ranting and raving for the rest of this, talking about he's right. But we're gonna hear him out just a little bit more.
All those guys didn't sit out because they were threatening to sit out because they felt like enough action wasn't going to be taken by the NBA. They thought the NBA and the owners weren't taking them serious enough. But they had a meeting, and the NBA agreed to their demands. You guys is clowns, bro.
The NBA didn't agree to no demands, y'all. That's in the report. There are no demands. There is nothing definitive. It's just ongoing talks. This is why I criticize Kyrie Irving. I don't dislike Kyrie Irving. He's a great player. Again, I can criticize his game all day. Don't mean I don't like him as a person, you know. But on this one, he just got caught out there. That's all.
Some of you guys, man, y'all stuck on stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a clown come here yesterday. Oh, it's a lie. The date passed, and Mr. Man, shut up, fool. I tell you why the yesterday passed, and that shit didn't go there. And I already told you, yesterday was.
Hey, the 24th came and went. Hey, you got WNBA players. They don't even need to announce it yet. WNBA players are coming out right now saying, "I'm not participating because of the social justice issues." We're all in the WNBA and their players union, they have actually come up with a plan. They have actually met the players' list of real demands. They have supported the players' activism. You know, I reported that in my last video on the WNBA. They found a way to not have a divided players union. And they found a way to work with the WNBA to get everything completed. And for the players that don't want to sit for social issues, they're perfectly fine with that. In the NBA, we have 0 players yet to announce that they're sitting out to social. We've heard TicketTV say, in the coming days, players are going to do this. These days keep going by. I even said last week, I said the 24th is going to hit. We're going to find out what players is pump faking. 24th came and went. Now, that was just That's just the early date. They extended it. They extended the date. Oh, now they extended the date. And if you got social justice on your mind, why the hell you got to wait around to some July 1st? Just say it now. Say you're not playing now. Dwight Howard, just CJ exposed it. Dwight Howard was one of the big proponents of this. We got video of Dwight Howard in the gym getting ready for the season, like he gonna play. Well, what happened to this social justice push that you was doing? The pump fake, man. These guys be pump faking, man. They pump fake, they say it, and it's just like everybody was saying. Again, a lot of people were saying it. It's easy to talk about it. You know, Maya Moore didn't talk about it. She did it. Renee Montgomery didn't talk about it. She just said, I'm sitting out. And they make far less than NBA players. They don't have the financial security that some of these NBA players have. And they're sitting out. That's a real sacrifice. Same. I'm just going, like I said, I don't want this video to get too drawn out. I don't want TicketTV to feel like I'm picking on them right now. Because again, you know, I'm just bringing you guys the facts, man. So this definitely can be considered an exposed video. But I just want to say it's not really an expose. Because again, we just know the finesse game, man. He's just trying to finesse, man. Hey, hey Fred, man, what's going? Hey, Fred ain't trying to hear it, man. So, like I said, Fred been chilling today. Fred been cool. Like, normally Fred is over here in the show. And Fred just like being in the camera. But today, he just said he's going to hop on the arcade and play some NBA Jam. He said he ain't want nothing to do with this today. He said this was light work. He just told me to handle the light work. But Fred didn't need to be on here to help me out with some facts. So, again, Fred is only here to bring facts. This was light work. He's just back here on the game. So, I got some other stuff I got to do, man. I just, like I said, I had to drop this video, man, just to let you guys know the facts of the matter. That's what I bring. And I'm going to be curious to see what TicketTV has to say tonight in the chat, man. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting conversation. But, you know, I appreciate those guys, man. I appreciate those platforms. Again, they don't even have to let me come on those platforms to obliterate them on a daily basis. But they let me on. Right? So I definitely got a lot of respect for 2 Raw and TicketTV, LB. Let me not forget anybody. Mahari, you know, definitely got respect for Mahari. And all those guys, man, the LDBC. But again, sometimes you just got to fact check stuff, man. And when you actually do fact check, then you can find out the people who are trying to finesse or people just trying to give you, you know, they trying to put a lot of gas on some stuff and make it seem like players is bigger than what they is. So, Kyrie, like I said, I appreciate Kyrie's game itself, but Kyrie's known for doing this. He wants people to feel sorry for him sometimes. He wants people to side with him. So, again, like I said, I love his stance. I love his initial stance on this social issue. But, again, the fact that he's not willing to back it up and make the NBA do anything that's tangible, that's to me, that just shows one or two things. It just shows that you didn't really mean it when you said you were willing to give up the $33 million, or you just really weren't behind these social issues as you say you were. All right? Because we have players who are making far less giving up their salaries, but you're definitely not giving up your salary. So, hey, it's FYF Sports, man. Again, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you haven't joined yet, make sure you go to Facebook. Make sure you go to Facebook and you join our group. It's called NBA GOAT Talk. Now, you're going to see a lot of groups out there that's faking it. Groups out there might be called GOAT Talk or GOAT Talk NBA. No. You want to look for the FYF Sports logo. You want to make sure you go to NBA GOAT Talk. Join that group right there. When we get to 500 members, we're going to start having our live streams on Facebook, and we're going to have live streams on YouTube. The best thing about being a part of our live streams is that, again, at the end of every live stream, we're gonna call out the person that put up the best arguments, man, whether it was for us or against us, and they're gonna, you know, we offer up cash prizes, sports tickets, memorabilia, things of that nature. So again, you come to our live stream, you have the opportunity to win big, Again, so that's what you get, and that's how we show our appreciation for the people that support us. But then also just by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our videos starting next week. Just for people who like, comment, and subscribe to our videos, all of those people are going to be entered in the drawing for cash prizes or memorabilia. So again, FYF Sports is where you guys need to be, man, for the realest news. Again, we like to expose the facts from all angles. This is unbiased opinion. Man, forget your feelings, FYF. Our feelings are not involved. We just stick to the facts. But it's FYF Sports, and I'm out.
I wanna talk to you.